Her character was killed off on General Hospital, The Colbys was canceled, and Dynasty is in syndication. But actress Emma Samms believes there's always life after a television series.
Lots of stuff is happening since Dynasty. It's actually very exciting. It was scary initially because I've been steadily employed for the last 7 years, what with General Hospital and then Dynasty. But there are lots of things coming in, lots of offers. I've been offered a couple of movies, one of which I'm going to do in New Zealand with Cheech Marin. I'm doing an NBC Movie of the Week in Budapest in Ireland. That starts next week. And a few other things too. So it's actually quite exciting. A lot of travel though, which is good and bad. You know, it's nice to see the world, but I'd like to spend some time at home in the next few months. I think Dynasty was so much improved last year, especially the writing for me. I really enjoyed working on the show so much more this last year, working with Ray Abruzzo, and the stuff that he and I had together was really wonderful. And I think if they had maybe started that sort of line, a little more reality, before last year, it might have saved the show, but they moved us to a different night, which was tough, opposite NBC's Thursday lineup. And it was too late. So it was a surprise in a way. And it was a bit of a disappointment because I was having such a good time there. But I suppose it's good for me to go out on my own and see what else is out there. As I say, these offers are coming in right, left and center, so that seemed to have smoothed over the transition considerably. There's so much going on. It's almost busier now than it was when I was doing Dynasty.
And despite the fact that Emma's moving on, she fondly remembers her days on both the daytime and the nighttime soaps.
Joan was always lovely to me. Stephanie and I got on tremendously well. It was just a nice atmosphere. I enjoyed it, and the people there and the crew were lovely. That really made the difference for me. The friends that I made were mostly on the crew. It was great. It's boring, but it's true. Do you know, it's strange. When I walked into General Hospital, I had a very strange feeling that something was going to happen. That was probably the best thing that could have happened to me, just doing that amount of work on such a regular basis. Really, I learned so much there and had such a good time. I mean, I think I would have been quite happy staying there a lot longer. If I hadn't been offered the job on Dynasty, I wouldn't have left.
One aspect of her life that's been a constant since her acting career began is the public attention, but Emma doesn't think it's in conflict with her privacy.
For me, it's always been a steady build. You know, I started off doing feature films in England. I got a small amount of recognition for that. Then I came over here and I did a mini-series. And so it's just been a very nice gradual build, which has made it easy for me to handle. It hasn't been too dramatic.
In some cases, Emma's celebrity status has been a great help, as with the Starlight Foundation, which she founded with her cousin.
It started 7 years ago, so I'd been here 3 years. And before that, I had been just dealing with one little boy, and my cousin and I brought him out here and took him to Disneyland and let him fly in a helicopter. And that turned out to be really the first wish that Starlight did. At that point, it wasn't a wish, it was just us helping a friend. But we were so touched by the experience of seeing what he went through and his mother and how much really it meant to them and how easy it was for us to do that. That's why we started Starlight on an official basis. What we didn't realize was that between Peter and myself, we had the perfect combination for a charity, which was we had my celebrity value, which is, thank goodness and thanks to General Hospital and Dynasty, been increasing. And then we had Peter's organizational skills, and he's president, international president of Starlight. And he is one of the most hardworking, extraordinary, dedicated people. And that combination has worked very well. Well, first of all, it's difficult for them to say no to Starlight. It's such a wonderful cause, you know, these kids. How can you say no to a child who's sick? Thank goodness people, on the whole, can't. Also, we try and make our events very special. And people seem to have a good time at them. That helps. Of course, all my celebrity friends are very sick of me calling up and asking for favors. It's tough, you know. You call who you know. Some of them have been wonderful. For instance, Gordon Thompson has been absolutely wonderful. He's done a lot of trips for Starlight. And so has Ray Abruzzo. We've dragged him in immediately. As soon as he started working on Dynasty, I said, there's one thing you have to know. That is, you will be working for Starlight, and you have no choice in the matter.
And with all the wishes she's granted the Starlight children, Emma has one wish for herself.
I obviously love kids. I spend a lot of time with kids. At the moment, I have to make do with my 2 nieces, who are wonderful, but they're not mine. Yeah. My sister lends them to me. I would love to have kids. I've got to find the right man to be the father. And I'm not going to settle for anything that's not perfect. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it just has to be right. But I think it will happen. I'm pretty confident of that. So I think I'm going to have it all.